Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. And in this video we're going to be looking at the Flames of Metal and Crystal. Kind of a strange event name, but kind of cool at the same time. This is going to be the event to acquire Mackenzie, the character you see on the screen. I have previewed this character. If you have not seen the preview, I would go and check it out. This is a premium event, but it does look like it has some free-to-play accessibility. We'll have to see how many copies free-to-play can get. When I was going over the character on my preview, it did look like maybe 2 characters in terms of pure design could be picked up and it would still be useful. So if we can get at least 2 characters free-to-play just from playing the game, that would be nice. Obviously, people who spend will get more stats, so on and so forth, but we'll see how decent the character can be just with a couple of copies. We'll read through the intro and it says, Survivors, welcome to the Flames of Metal and Crystal event. Flames of Metal and Crystal is a premium event through which you can get your hands on gold Mythic Mackenzie, collect crystals from daily missions, and use the crystals as energy to participate in the roadmaps and get rewarded with metal lighters. You can trade in the metal lighters in the grey market. For gold Mythic Mackenzie, I choose you avatar, weapon choice boxes, ultra mythic tokens, and many more. This event features 3 distinct roadmaps, Metal and Crystal roadmaps 1, 2, 3. So it does look like it's going to be quite It does look like it's going to be quite a lot like the Heath event, each presenting varying levels of difficulty. To conquer these challenging roadmaps successfully, players are encouraged to strategically plan their approach. The only issue I have with these roadmaps is they are asking you to do way too much on a daily basis to do these roadmaps. You're having to do, I think, 15 stages of boss stages. It's too much. I think honestly 5 stages would be better. So maybe increase the energy cost and make it so that it's same difficulty, and obviously increase the rewards for those 5 stages. Just because on a daily basis, like I say, it is pretty time consuming. I'm going to compare it to Conquest, and I've said about this in my live stream previously. Conquest was very well designed. You could do 15 stages a day. I think they probably looked at that and gone, oh, we can do 15 stages on this as well. But the difference between Conquest and this is, like, of the 15 stages in Conquest that you do, 10 of them would be walkers where you just hit auto. 3 of them would be human stages which didn't have any mods and didn't have any like actual proper power. They just had stats, and then you'd face 1 to 2 boss stages a day, whereas this is 15 boss stages. It's just too much. It's just too much. As simple as that. It goes on to say, the daily missions and roadmaps will reset every day. Yeah, this is the issue. Players will also get metal lighters from Mackenzie Level Up Challenge. Both crystals and metal lighters collected during this event will expire on the 17th of the 3rd, so make sure to use them before this date. So that's the intro. The event times are as follows. It starts on the 23rd of February. This seems like a very familiar date. What date is that? What's today? That's today. We still get event information on a day, unfortunately. Less than 12 hours before it starts a lot of time, but it is what it is. End date is going to be the 15th of March, just about a 3-week event. Grey market ends 24 hours later, and then the items for the grey market expire 24 hours after that. There is a preview here of my video if you want to go check it out. I do break down Mackenzie. It is actually a little bit longer video than most videos. When I was editing it, I was like, damn, this is going to be 35 minutes long. So like I've talked about this before. My previews of characters are generally an hour long, an hour and 10 minutes, and I have to cut it down to 20 to 25 minutes. Whereas it was very hard to cut this down to 20 to 25 minutes. It still was like, I think it did actually reach the 25-minute mark, but it was very hard. I had to actually cut out a lot of vital information that I was going over. I don't like to have sections be too long, but it is the way it is. This is a breakdown of the character on actual visuals, but if you want to see how the character actually technically works, I have made a video, like I said. So the daily missions are going to be as follows. You have to do these every day, so hopefully it's not too crazy. Complete all submissions, okay? Complete 10 SR road stages. Now, during an SR event, this is very, very simple. During a non-SR event, you will have to do your daily SR, which is reasonably simple, but it's just you have to do it. Generally speaking, this is not natural gameplay. Complete 5 arena battles. Again, this isn't natural gameplay anymore because Arena is not really that big a deal. People can skip Arena all week and have literally no real effect on their account. So another daily mission that's not natural. Win 10 raid battles without a single character dying. Again, raiding is not natural gameplay unless there's a raid tournament on. Most people don't raid without raid tournaments. So it's weird. Level up any Mythic Fighter 100 times. Now, this is actually problematic because I think there is a 24-hour period where there's no level up. And I think it's Mondays. So this could be problematic where you're just going to have to level up characters outside of a level up tournament. You can do this with silvers and you can do this with tier 1 dupes just to get 100 levels to have real cheap level up. So if there's not a tournament going on, do it on like a tier 1 dupe on a gold, you know? You're like 50th copy of, you know, Mr. Lou or something. Use 8 faction assault energy. This is part of natural gameplay, but less and less people are starting to do this. And this is because faction assault is not been updated since it got released. There's not been any new rewards added. So it's kind of falling out into the same sort of situation that Arena has and Daily SR has, where the rewards are kind of starting to just get kind of, it is the way it is. Complete 10 roadmap battles. This is the only part of natural gameplay, as well as level ups, that is in the missions, because everyone has to do roadmaps. You do your daily missions, you do your event roadmaps, so on and so forth. So everyone's doing roadmap stages, generally speaking, every day. So that's going to be it. And you also have to do roadmaps stages for this event. So that's fine. Quite a lot of this you're going to have to go out of your way. On a daily basis, you're going to be able to get 105 crystals. We'll see what that's going to happen. I have to break down the exact amount of days. I'm guessing it's 21, so it looks like we're going to be able to get over 2,000 there. Metal crystal roadmaps are going to be as follows. Metal crystal roadmap 1 is going to require LB3 minimum, but no requirements on the actual characters. It costs 5 crystals per stage, and it gives lighters on the right-hand side. I'm going to just get through this. It's going to be 3 acts of 5 stages. This is exactly the same as Heath, but the next tier will probably cost 7 or something like that. 6. There we go. 6. And then you get slightly better rewards on a per crystal basis overall. And then generally speaking, the last one, as you can see, let's scroll up here a bit. It says total energy cost 75, reward 48. And that's exactly the same as I think Heath was. Then the next one is total energy cost 90, reward 74. Now, if I remember right, the next one should be total energy cost 105, reward, I can't remember what the reward was. I'd seem like a genius if I could do this. I think it was like 110. I think it was 110. So it's going to be 7 crystals per stage. No minimum requirements other than LB3, but that's pretty much exactly how it was with Heath. It's 120. See, I'm not a genius. Total energy cost 105. Total rewards 120. So if you can complete this, doing this every single day was, in the Heath event, the most beneficial way to do this. However, if you wanted to do all the roadmaps, you had to pick up extra energy. And generally speaking, I think you had to do that to obviously clear out more of the store. It was pretty much as simple as that. Mackenzie level up event. Complete all level up challenges gets you more metal lighters. And then if you add her to your roster, i.e. 1 copy, you get metal lighters. 2nd copy, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Then you level her up to 720. And then you're getting Paragon mods and blowtorches and trainers as you do this. And then as you level up her skills, you get gear medals back. So it's actually kind of cool. I like this, where the skill upgrades are going to make it easier to upgrade the character. And the skill upgrades are giving a lot of medals. That is a lot of medals on the right-hand side. You're going to be able to get enough medals to max out the character. If you get the character to LB1, you'll be able to get enough medals to max out the character on the right-hand side. And you don't actually have to max out the character if you don't want to. You could max out someone else. It's completely up to you. Then the extra, LB2 and LB3 skill upgrades are going to give extra metal lighters. And you can see total metal lighters that you're going to be able to get from doing all of this is 2,000. Just worth noting. I think it's pretty much going to work out to be the same as Heath, where you can get like 3 or 4 copies of Mackenzie free to play, and you have to get extras elsewhere as a spender. Ranged weapon choice box, we'll see what that is. Melee weapons choice box 5,000. They're saying these weapon choice boxes are the equivalent of an LB3 Mackenzie. Just to keep that in mind, when we see these crates, and it's going to be questionable, they're saying they're as good as an LB3 character. Now, generally, weapons are better than characters, but if this has just got all old weapons in it that have been given to free-to-play a lot, then it's questionable. The I Choose You avatar, still massively overpriced. I still think these should just be part of logins, personally. They have to pay someone to make this art, and I don't think they're getting the massive return on this in terms of how many people are actually going out of their way to buy metal lighters to get this. The only people who pick this up are people who've got metal lighters left over. You know? That's it. No one generally prioritizes avatars over copies of a character or mods. Generally speaking, I don't think that's going to happen too often. And I don't think too many people are going to go into the store to buy the metal lighters to get this. Except whales, who will just buy the big offer and just pick up everything. That's it. And you could easily replace this with something else if you wanted to just get more metal lighters spent. But if you have it as part of a login, it gives people a better feeling when it comes to what they can get that event. And like I said, Avatar's not really that big a deal. It's just a bit of fluff. Fluff shouldn't be too overpriced. If we look down, you can see you can get Ultra Mythic tokens, Advanced Mythic tokens, HP set Defense versus Fast, which is actually a pretty good mod. HP set Imp Pair resistance, and this is going to help with the emergence of characters recently. Who's got the Imp Pair? I can't remember. Imp Pair's become a bit more of a thing. Was it Wayland? Or was it one of the characters before this? Too many characters to deal with. But Imp Pair's become more of a thing that is going to be problematic. HP set defense while confused. It's not too bad. So it's more defense based. It's more mods geared towards Mackenzie herself. Gold gear medals chance bag. Gear medals choice box. Silver choice tokens. Veteran rings, which is nice to see. I guess it's just one veteran's ring, so you can get up to 200. But people do need vet rings to max out their I can't even remember what it's called because I maxed it out so long ago. Lieutenant system. And this has honestly been something that PC has pushed for, to try and get vet rings into more places so that people who need them can get more of them. Because there are some people who just don't have the lieutenant system maxed out. And if you don't have the lieutenant system maxed out, the gap between someone who doesn't and does is absolutely massive. And then there's ranged weapon choice boxes and melee weapon choice boxes. Generally, there's like 1 or 2 items in each of these crates that you can only get on certain map drops. They're actually not too hard to come by. It's just you have to farm like crazy. Okay, the ranged choice box is Omid Shotgun and Carl 2000's laser pistol. 5 times the cost of the character. I think this would be expensive if it was 2. Personally, I think it'd be expensive if it was 2. But that's just me. Carl's 2000's pistol's been offered a lot. Omid Shotgun is a little bit more recent. But, yeah, I think it'd be like 2. The Spanner and Williams Large Butcher Cleaver. Again, the Spanner, you could have probably picked up 3 free-to-play by now. The Williams Large Butcher's Cleaver is the first time I've seen this, I think, available. So it is probably the better weapon out of the 2. That's the one where when you're attacked, you can cleanse, which is actually pretty good on... I think that's that weapon, isn't it? Oh, sorry, the Large Butcher's Cleaver. I think it's that weapon. Or it might be a different weapon. But I think if you put that in the hands of someone like Morgan, Unhinged, or Princess, it's actually pretty good. Like, actually, less so Princess, because she already has it on her kit. But Morgan Unhinged, I've seen it used on him, and it's very useful. Because he can cleanse the normalize that he has on him before he gets taken out because of the attack. And it works pretty well. And then you've got the choice boxes of the actual parts. So that's the event. It looks pretty much the same as Heath. So you can know what you can expect from this, like the roadmaps, how difficult it is. It's more the time consumed to do the roadmaps. It's going to take, 40 to 45 minutes a day with a free-to-play team. I don't think you can really do it much faster with a Spenders team because Spenders teams are geared for speed rather than like long-term power. But characters that they've released recently, like Tyrese, I keep calling him Double Axe Tyrese. Double Axe Mercer is going to be the same situation. Like he can potentially challenge these roadmaps quite nicely because he can one-shot characters with his main, but it isn't quick. This is the main issue. It's daily roadmaps, not quick. I know they probably do this because they want you to spend, you know, but I'm pretty sure you have to run these roadmaps to get the characters. So they should make it easy to do the roadmaps and sell the energy. That just seems like the smartest way to do it for me. Sell the energy, make it so it takes 2 minutes to do the roadmaps, and people are more inclined to buy the energy to run the roadmap. Right? I'm not saying make it easy roadmaps, just make it less crazy stages. Because, you know, I mean, it's only 3 weeks, but in the Heath event, I remained quite consistent with it, but I personally still missed like 4 or 5 days of it because it was just too much non-stop. It was just pretty much as simple as that, too much non-stop. So that's just a little look at the Flames of Metal and Crystal event. You are obviously going to be getting crystals to run the roadmaps to get the lighters to spend in the store. It pretty much looks like the same sort of event design as the Heath event. Heavy engagement required on a daily basis on the roadmaps. Not a big fan personally. I do think they need to just test out a different, you know, level of engagement requirement and just see the feedback from the community and just see, you know, honestly, the level of engagement that actually the events have. Because I think they're not really trying anything new when it comes to this, and they're not listening to the community's feedback when it is saying, hey, this is just too much every single day for like 3 weeks. But yeah, I'm just hoping that they're not trying to test something out, which is what Scopely do sometimes try and do, where they test something out to see, hey, does this work? But Scopely's metric on if something works is not feedback from the community. Hey, this is fun. It's how much money are we making from this? Is it working from a monetary standpoint? And that is not going to work long term for like I've talked about on my streams and stuff, for the health of the game. And I think events like this, if they were like a week long, would be pretty rough. But these are 3 weeks long. Yeah. Good luck, guys. Good luck. I'm going to be running some of these stages and stuff on my live streams over the coming like days and weeks. I'll try and get out a video on the actual stages as it comes out tomorrow. But I think it's pretty much going to be like the Heath event. I'm going to run a very similar like team which I ran in the Heath event. If you want to go check out my live streams in the past where I've actually done the Heath stages, you can. And I think I did a video on that as well. But best of luck in the event, guys. You don't have to pick up Mackenzie if you don't want her. There are some pretty good mods in there as well. And maybe one of the weapons could look quite useful as well. For me, the Cleaver looks nice, but they are quite expensive. They're saying that the weapons are 5 times the quality of one copy of Mackenzie. So LB3 Mackenzie is the equivalent of the weapon. I'm not sure about that, but it is what it is. But that is the end of my video, guys. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for hitting the like button and so on and so forth. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.